scroll into the underworld. Afterlife, on the beach protect you. And the light, goddess of the sun, brings you life. A deity, best it is her name. Come learn the ways of man, become one with the sand. The fate is in your hands. It's time to fight. You will rise, not fall. Never lose hope on the ground. We are one for all. The truth will always conquer. Capture the arc, chasing your mark. Get like mystical formation. Turn on the walls, beat on the drums. Let us claim this is war. In the dark, a river flows. The Nile is so exposed. The morning star is seen in our side. In the light, find your desert altar and your shrine. Look for peace, defeat the enemy. Run to the obelisk, defend this legacy. Fly to your destiny. It's time to fight. You will rise, not fall. Never lose hope on the ground. We are one for all. The truth will always conquer. Capture the arc, chasing your mark. Get like mystical formation. Turn on the walls, beat on the drums. Let us claim this. We rise, reach for the sky. Hold on to your weapons with pride. We rise up higher. Conquer the arc. Get ready to fight for your life. We rise up. We're the kings, we're the queens. We're the gods, gods to solve this animation. Turn on the walls, make it our mark. 'Cause we're the kings, we're the queens. Let's win this war.
What's going on? Governor's Chiskel here, and today we're casting Ark of Osiris League. We're in the finals. We're actually in the finals. It's almost hard to believe that after weeks of battling, here we are. And we're going to be spectating the Realm of Horus, the oldest realms in the game. Well, kingdoms in the game. And we're watching the defending champion, 93T, battle against 16 OT, hailing from Kingdom 1316. And as I was looking at the records of these teams, I realized that 93T and 16 OT have actually fought before recently. In the group stage for the playoffs, 93T won 39,026 to 18,077. So, look, there's a couple things that could be true here. One is 93T has done this before, and they will do this again. The alternative is that 16 OT can adjust. They had weaknesses. And since that time, they've learned how to shore up those weaknesses. Maybe they've got a trick up their sleeve, and they can get a win. So I am pretty hyped to see what's going to happen in this match. And as we look to the poll that's in the chat, we see that 77% think that 93T is going to be the winner. 22% think that 16 OT is going to be the winner. Now, remember, this is a best 2 out of 3 series. So whatever happens in this first match, the opposing team could always come back and win 2 in a row and be the overall victor. So this is really just sort of the appetizer for how it all is going to go down. And as I look to the chat here, a bunch of cool stuff going on. A lot of hype about the music, the match starting soon. Multiply my tokens. 1093, chat says. Nice. All right. Well, when I think about what is likely to happen, I'm going to be honest with you. The returning champion is likely to be the victor here. But when we talk about where to put your Oryx in Ark of Osiris League, it's kind of a funny thing. I think that the safe place to put your Oryx is often, maybe safe is not the right word, the most lucrative place to put your Oryx ends up being the underdog team. So if you did put Oryx onto 16 OT and they win, you are going to be rolling in the Oryx. Like Scrooge McDuck, you'll have a whole vault of them that you can swim in at your leisure. Now, there are a bunch of niche sort of bets that you can place. There's total kill leader, occupation score leader. I mean, there's a bunch of different things we could look at when we look at placing Oryx. But regardless, let's actually see if we can jump into the matches. I believe we can momentarily here. And we can see who's ultimately going to win. Now, do you guys think there's going to be anything fishy at the start? Do you think that 16 OT, knowing that, hey, we fought these guys before, we know what it was like, do you think they're going to have a trick up their sleeve? Because if they did, it would be pretty sick. We have just a little bit longer before the match begins. Omar says 2K Oryx on 16 OT. You will be very wealthy if 16 OT wins. Wow. You know, I expect that we'll see in this first match some pretty standard stuff, but I think if 16 OT is feeling like they're in trouble, they'll do something that we probably wouldn't have expected. And part of the reason I feel this way is that when we look to the banners of these alliances, we actually can see that they have a moon and 4 stars. I mean, this is a kingdom that has won 9 KVKs. That is more than 93's 6 wins on their banner. So these guys know how to navigate to W's. This is like navigating to wins is what they do. Now, thing is, the last time they fought 93, they weren't able to do that. Now, I am able to now spectate the match. It is just starting, and I am in the match, so I will bring you with me now. Here we go. All right, folks. We're spectating in pro mode, and let me just see things a little more clearly here. Lots of great options for spectating these days. Love to see them. Honestly, quite transformative. Chess on the official channel. Let's go. Yes, sir. We're casting here today on the official channel the first battle in the finals in the realm of Horus. Even Arvix is here in this kingdom? I did not know that. Is that true? Chat says 93 will win this match. So OT will try a 1% shot next match to get the upset. There are plenty of ways to go and do that, by the way. Whether you go for an obelisk, you try to grab an arc with some master strategists, there's ways. You bet all your Oryx on 16 OT. Lol, a lot of Arvixes. Yes, it reminds me of the Spider-Man meme, where they're all pointing at each other, trying to figure out who's the real Spider-Man. (93T) played 16 OT in the group stages. Yes, we did talk about that earlier. 93 did have a commanding victory at that stage. Match begins in 33 seconds. And this is a great time to hang out in the chat, ask your questions. drop some comments as we wait for the action to unfold here. Chat's talking about the new remastered graphics. I'm definitely looking forward to those, and I will almost certainly make a video about that, but here we go. The match begins, folks. Common opener here. Energetic off rip. Both teams fire that off. Fast Cavs head out the gate. Tier 1s looking to lead the way, but also some pretty fast-moving Tier 5s here as they shuffle around a little bit on my screen. And boom, they are on their way, folks. Now, this is, of course, mirrored on both sides. Chad is predicting the same result as last time. I mean, in general, I would say the safest prediction possible would be that history repeats itself. Why is Chiscool talking so much slower? You mean you think I'm talking slowly? I don't think I talk very slowly, chat. I feel like I often talk too fast. But even then, I don't know about you, but I've grown pretty accustomed to watching YouTube at 2x speed. Here we see the obelisks getting captured off rip here, which is how it should be. Very fast captures. All 4 are locked in. And all that remains is these outposts. Looks like we've got a march on the doorstep. Knock, knock. And it flips over. Knock, knock. There we go. Okay. So far, a very symmetric and very standard opener. A little bit of sentry play here. They are going to be able to take out this red sentry once they arrive. Chiscool is the Eminem of casting. Wait, what? You might be requesting me to rap here. Is that what's happening? I'm not doing it. These 2 sentries, very interesting. Those T1s actually getting insane value, taking out this sentry. It's just, you know, going to take 500 years for the T1s to do enough damage. Oh my gosh. Actually, in a hilarious plot twist, I don't know if they're going to get this thing. These guys might actually take them out first. Okay. Hilarious moments starting now. Oh my gosh. I mean, I know there's other places we will be looking in a second for combat. These marches need to get on it. What are they doing? Oh, they're missing the window. Oh, they're going for it. Did they get it? They missed it. Oh my goodness. Good times in Ark of Osiris League, everybody. Rally's on its way to the Ob, but very likely to get canceled here. There are some Siege cruising through, some T1s, but not sure what they'll accomplish. Big prep for battle by the Desert Altar. We would expect that. Tussle in the middle, kind of unexpected, but really cool to see. Looks like they're making a play here for outposts. Very cool. Getting into position here. And this rally... Wait. Is this happening? Is this? No. Canceled. Fake out. It looked like it was happening. Right up until it wasn't. Okay. Let's go look somewhere else then. We've got some grouping up going on by these altars. 93 looking to go on the offensive. Also looking to take the Shrine of Life potentially. Postured. What happens now? The fighting begins. Not exactly... Well, I mean, that's a pretty good opener there. You really want everybody to attack, like, at the same time. And this is a garrison captain, which is why they're chilling in the back. Although they kind of stick out like a sore thumb. It's probably better that they're standing there like that than with their little portrait out showing what they are. Chat says there's a big diff between ARC and KVK. 93 has more experience winning with OL. They are the defending champions. That is true. Although, look at that sad face train. Could just be a numbers thing. But that right there is a very successful defense on that altar. Ooh. Hey, hold up. 16 OT. Captaining the Desert Altar. Skippy Prime. Not ideal as the captain, but flexing his area of effect damage nonetheless. There is, in fact, a captain running around the field. This Hera, really tragic for them. They couldn't get that Hera garrison in there. That may cost them the game if it's close, but I guess we'll see. Good offense by 93, grabbing the Sky Altar, and also they pick up very cleanly the Shrine of Life. Now looking to bully onto the obelisk itself. These marches need to reset if they're going to get to middle. 6 minutes till arc spawn. For these marches to sad face and walk to mid and get there on time is going to be a little bit tight. We look around the map. A lot of action going on here. I think these marches are just trying to reset. And they're going to do that on a city. There it is. Rally's on its way. Can you believe in 2024 Henry is still cooking? Captain swapped to the Richard I there to try to prevent these guys from resetting their marches. Not an uncommon tactic. Good old Richard I. The funny thing is that this player has so many troops out of their city that burning them would have been conceivable, but you just extinguish your wall with a few gemmies and you're good to go. 93 looking like off the opener here. They're going to get first cap on Sky, which is very major. They look like they may get first cap on Shrine, which is very major. It's down to the seconds, quite frankly. This rally may be enough, but it may not. 30 seconds left, chat. We're going to watch this real closely. Huge first capture points at stake here. Chat, who do you prefer, Nevsky or Huo? Put it in the chat. Help out Evan with his question. I don't think they've got the DPS, chat. Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Down to the wire. And 16 OT reclaims the shrine for value. First capture points looking good there. But what about the Sky? I don't know about this one. They've got 27 seconds, but they don't have the marches to get it done. Hera wait. Yes, Hera YSS. Looking very sturdy here. Very sturdy. And watch those first cap points flip up. Boom! Huge mark on the scoreboard there at the Sky Altar. Now we look to the middle. Nevsky is the popular commander in the chat today, and it is always a popular commander in my live streams as well. This moment is going to be pretty defining for the remainder of the match. if really whichever team, I should say, gets the Ark, they will have control. And that control is major. Chat says Nevsky is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Archers for the win, says David S.
This is war, we don't stop. What's in store? Where we start, we deploy. They don't want to see us win, so we will show.
16 OT did take Sky back, so the map is evening out. It isn't even yet. They did lose an outpost, but we look to the middle still to see what's cooking. Now at this point, there's a 2,000 point lead for 93T. Almost a full arc worth of occupation advantage. Pretty major. Even the points per minute are double for 93. Chat wants me to rap the Osiris trailer song. Maybe one day, chat. Rap now. Here's Bogdown from 16 OT. Mirrored by 93. Total Vision for 16 OT. 93. Heaven's Grace. Big play. This is major. Who's winning, chat? We could zoom out more to see the sad faces, but I think they're 16 OT sad faces. Uh-oh. You can see it a lot more clearly like this. $16 OT turning into 16. Oh no. Those sad faces tell the story. And the Ark will be able to be captured here by 93. Now, the next question becomes, will an ambush operation be possible? But I think that carrier is flying. Oh, the Huo gets it done. Carrier is down. Okay. BJK, the Ark carrier, looking to almost certainly hold this Ark. If you're from 93, you probably feel like you've got very good control over this situation. But you know what makes me laugh every time, chat? An unescorted Ark carrier really gets me every time. Is this carrier going to have any escort at all? Paging 16 OT. The Ark is free right now. If you ran through the middle, they would see you. They would know you're coming, though. Do you think 16 OT is going to figure this out? I don't think so. I think they're going to get gummed up. Maybe this guy figures it out. But I don't think so. This is the freest Ark ambush of all time. Right here. Fully, 100%, completely unguarded Ark. Wow. 2024. Here we are. And 93 so confident of their position here. Not one single march escorting the Ark. And it's not going to matter. Which means they're correct. This is starting to look like the one-sided matchup that their prior time battling would have indicated this could be. 16 should have used Heaven's Grace as well. Yeah, I think Heaven's Grace is very powerful. Easy to underestimate how powerful it is. And at this point, the Ark is tucked in safely near the cities. Right by Arvix and one of his 500 million accounts. Rally on its way. Legend F has been rallying Henry since before the game even was released. And I'm not even capping. Chat says that is not Arvix. Revelate, hello, how are you? You're saying there's an imposter. It's an imposter, Arvix. See, I told you all earlier. Didn't I say it? I was like, it's just like the Spider-Man meme where everybody's pointing at each other, accusing another of being the imposter. Let's update my overlay here, get you a little bit of information about the teams. And of course, my lovely mugshot on there as well. We're solo casting today. So if there were ever a time, chat, to hang out, ask questions, this is it. You got commander question? Drop them in the chat. You want to know what civilization to pick? Drop it in the chat. Got a question about talents? Drop it in the chat. Because we've got 38 minutes to hang out here as the rally rolls in. Archer rally being reciprocated here. Umars asks, when is a new civilization coming? My best guess would be in the next couple months, typically. We see it in the summer. The most popular new civilization launch, as far as I know, was the Viking. Is Tiger from 16 OTC well? Not to my knowledge. Is Eleanor still worth maxing? Well, if you're inclined to believe the Ark of Osiris League returning, or I guess I should say defending champions, the answer would be yes. Eleanor is captaining here. Now that said, oh, good recovery on that garrison. Should I invest in Skippy Prime? Currently 5521 or Liu Cha? Start working on Liu Cha. The dude is the GOAT. He is the infantry GOAT. Is Sun Tzu Prime on its way? I feel like literally the entire Rise of Kingdoms community wants a Sun Tzu Prime. Which commander can take out Nevsky? Liu Che. The two finals being streamed today are the Realm of Horus and the Realm of Anubis. Well, the F12 finals, to my knowledge, are not being streamed. We have no date for new graphics. Not to my knowledge, chat. We do anticipate soon getting another teaser about what Home Kingdom graphics could look like. I have 4 open field marches. Did I buy Twilight Falls or accessories? Ooh. Well, if you don't have a city theme and you're not an infantry player, Twilight Falls could be a pretty sweet pickup. If you have a lot of materials sitting around, or you're a rallying garrison lead, then I would consider instead going for the accessories. That says they bet everything on F12. Wow. Best cavalry city theme is Battles Bloom. Yeah, 15% cav health on that one, right? Which civilization is best for open field? It's widely regarded as Ottoman, and you can see the Ottoman troops right here. 5% march speed, 5% skill damage is really, really good. The Ark is still stationed, by the way. As I predicted, they are holding that Ark, and this is going to be a big push on Sky. I'm using 2 Imp, 2 Archers. What is the best city skin to buy in the KVK shop? Ooh. Offhand, I can't recall which one would be plus infantry or archer stats, but minus cav stats, but that's kind of what you want. Somehow you've logged in a day more than your kingdom. FG Busta, did you migrate or use a beginner's teleport? That might be how that happened. The worth maxing Eleanor to pair with Jan Ziska for a cav garrison. I think it is very solid. If you have Hera, Eleanor Hera seems to be the jam as well. If you're the person who's going to be accountable for defending a pass, and you only need 1 or 2 of those in your kingdom typically, then I think the Jan Ziska could be a solid combo. Should I invest in Liu Che now or wait for new infantry? I feel like it's pretty safe to invest in Liu Che. Chase, how are you today? Faded wants to migrate to 2268. In most cases, the way to find out whether or not you can migrate to a kingdom is to look at the alliance board, and typically migration information is posted. Desert Altar. RMG Senior says, I love Cav. I used 1 March. What should my second and third be? You have Nevsky Joan. Amazing. It's great March. The commanders that you're obviously going to look to use here are Huo, William, Belisarius, Prime, and then one other you've got some flexibility. Some people are using Justinian. Some people just mix in their Mehmed to give it a thing to do. XY, popular. But a second March would be Huo and Belisarius Prime. You could easily also do Huo and William, for sure. Nobody is doing engineering commander videos. They trade well. They sure do trade well. XY is a glass cannon. Truer words, my friend. Truer words. So, there is a content creator, Mr. Siege, where all he does is Siege videos. That's this whole thing. More power to him. But that's where you can go to get those videos. Cat Toad Gaming says, Chess School. If 93T wins, I'm doing 78 backflips off of the Empire State Building. You know, the funny thing about doing a backflip off of the Empire State Building is that you can really only do that once. And I wouldn't recommend it. Because after that, you become a pancake. The official Rise of Kingdoms channel has responded to Cat Toad Gaming, who claimed they would do these 78 backflips, and has requested them to record their doing the 78 backflips off of the Empire State Building. Hey, yo. Hold up. ROK official with the comedy today? ROK official with the comedy today? All right, well. ROK DMing 93 now to get the video. GG. 16 OT are your allies in your current KVK. Oh, cool. At what stage is your KVK in? Is there fighting right now in your KVK? Cat Toad, do not do flips off the Empire State Building. To clarify, that is not a thing you should do. Do not, under any circumstance. Now you're gonna do 800 backflips off of the sun. All right, well, that escalated. Is Nevsky Joan or Nevsky Justinian better for rallying? Oh, definitely Justinian. Definitely the Justinian. It's really funny. People were rallying with Nevsky Joan for a long time, but Minamoto is actually just better. Minamoto is not a better open field pairing, but if you're rallying, the single target damage really cooks. We're 5 minutes from Arc, by the way, so we will get a second Arc Brawl soon. 16 OT and their allied campmate just won their Zone 5. We're in the Storm of Stratagems, and they are the Fire Camp. Ah. Storm of Stratagems is kind of a cool KVK. There's some very dynamic mechanics there. Yeah, FG Busta, I have no clue how your account is older than your kingdom's age. Wild. But if you have only in best option with Nevsky Rally a Mina or Joan, just don't do the rally is the best option. Victor, that is true. 2 years ago, we could have talked about a Nevsky Mina rally. These days, just don't send the rally. Just do not. True. Very, very true. We do see a Gorgo garrison at play around here. Kind of cool. Shrine of Life. Gorgo is pretty ideal for Ark of Osiris as an anti-swarm, except you need infantry, which means you need march speed, which means you probably aren't going to use it. Inf are just too slow. Typically, these days, we're seeing 3 cav marches, an inf and an archer, or more likely, 2 cav marches, an inf and archer, and a filling march. Or, if you're the captain, a captain march. Chat says 60 GT is losing. Well, let me tell you something, chat. I stay true to my own strategies. And if you were in my live stream yesterday, you know that I placed Oryx on 489. Not necessarily because I thought, well, they're going to win for sure. No, but what I thought was, if they win, I will be like Scrooge McDuck, swimming in a vault of Oryx. And that sounded fun. And so that's where I put my Oryx on 489. I think I forgot to place Oryx on my main account, which is a bit of a rip. But, you know, I think I got a good couple thousand Oryx bet on my second account, my restart. So at least one of my accounts will be rich. That says 60 GT really losing. Is that a joke? You do realize 489 is also a former champion with some incredible talent. But I can check on the scoreboard here for you. And let's find out. I'll get you this number. Right now, GT is losing, and 489 is holding the Ark. So that is not capping, chat. 489 is up by about 2,000 points and is holding the Ark. .489 is cooking, chat. Didn't GT have quite a few players migrate out and retire after the KVK? They did, although they also had some great talent migrate in. Dust Up's been activated. Arc Brawl should start any time. I mean, we have 20 seconds till this thing spawns in. No. Interestingly, there is a diff here on the 2 timers. Upper left says 15 seconds, but the temple itself says 45. I'm going to assume the temple itself is the accurate one. Bog Down hits the board for both teams. Here we go. To the death. Okay. Ooh, 93 answers with Heaven's Grace. Very interesting. Oh, gosh. The sad face view tells the story. I feel like this looks slightly more even compared to the first Arc Brawl, but I don't know. 93 has such a tremendous lead. If they get this Arc, they win, assuming they hold it, and they now have control of that Arc because of their position. Yeah, no, that Arc is going to be gone pretty soon here. It puts OT in the really precarious spot of either chasing the arc and definitely losing this fight, but I think if they stay and fight it out, they also take the L here. There it is. 93, and that arc is already pretty far. That was certainly a more equal arc fight. '93 clearly dominate. Chat says 93 is definitely in control of this matchup. So much control that the first arc, they literally did not put a single escort to protect it. Two skills left on the bar for 93, one skill left on the bar for OT. Do you think there's a trick they could have up their sleeve? Unfortunately, with the combination of To the Death and Bog Down, there's just not any points left in the bank. So they spent everything they had for that. Chad is pointing out that GT and 489 are in the same war camp together. True. Imagine slugging it out with your allies in Ark of Osiris for the finals, but then being in the same war camp in KVK. I don't think that situation has actually literally ever happened in the history of the game. Has it? I don't think literally in the history of game that has ever happened. The only thing that would be close to that is when, like, for example, 60 GT would fight 60 MX. So, you know, your own kingdom fighting against itself, the closest thing. Great to test your allies' power, says Todd. Rallies in on the Shrine of War. Warm is with it. '93 might end up being back-to-back OL champions. If this match is any indicator, they are looking pretty good. At this point, with 17 minutes left, it would take a little bit of a miracle for OT to win. They would need to get this arc, Somehow this carrier would have to be asleep. They'd have to score this arc, and then get the next arc, and score that one as well. Seems unlikely. Shrine of Life flips over. Shrine of War. Looking for some action here, chat. The C chat is updating us about the GT 489 game. I can get you a scoreboard update as well. Let me grab that. We're looking at 21,880 to 26,391 in favor of 489. Arc spawns in 2 minutes in that matchup. Am I hyped for the new graphics update? For sure, dude. Arc is at some point getting a graphics update as well. What was it like fighting against GT in 93 and KVK? To be perfectly honest, if you're not in either of those kingdoms, you're kind of like, why am I here? Are we even playing the game? Or what are we here? Their field strength is just at a completely different power level from everybody else. Before we queued into 93 and 1960 back in the day, it wasn't that long ago, but my thought is that under no circumstance should we try to queue into them. I stand by that sentiment. There are very few kingdoms that can properly go toe-to-toe with them. Chat says, would have been nice to see 2377 in that upcoming KVK. Yeah, that is one of the kingdoms that probably can hang. And there's only a handful of them in the game. Altar is popped. Why is it mainly Herman with Zhuge Liang and not Zhuge Liang Herman? In KVK, you would use Zhuge Liang with Herman because it hits harder. But in Arc, you use Herman as the primary for the support tree. The support tree has a talent called Mobility. It gives you a 60% speed boost for like 10 or 15 seconds after you leave a structure. And March speed is literally the whole thing in Arc of Osiris. Would you talent or go for iconic tiers first with your equipment? I personally would recommend some iconic tiers. The iconic tiers are cheap, and they're guaranteed upside. A lot of reasons to go for the iconic tiering rather than the talent. We've got here 5 minutes till the next arc. So it looks like 93 is looking to just kind of rack up some extra points toward the end here. It does look like 489 is winning currently and just gained the arc. So they're up an arc and 4,000 points. Looking pretty good for 489, TBH. Chat is glad they bet on 489. Me too. I'm gonna get some Oryx. All your crit luck went out the window. Crafted 2 Sacred Dominions back to back. And both got the crit? Wow. I mean, you take that right there. That is like insane. Ten minutes left, chat. At this point, it's just a question of how much 93 wants to run up the scoreboard. There is, to my knowledge, not a way for OT to get back into this match. That says, I wish I could get some accessories to crit, though. That would be nice. Yeah, those are pricey. A lot of materials involved in that. That says, I don't think GT is going to win. Yeah, I mean, they'd have to do something pretty amazing to pull off a win here. They would need to ambush the Ark, which they are trying to do now. But it seems very unlikely they'll be able to pull that off. We're now spectating the middle of the map, waiting for the Ark to spawn. Question, is it better to use Horn and Ring on Gorgo? Or would it be better to run Ring and Greatest Glory? So if you cannot be swarmed, I think the best thing you can do would be a Greatest Glory with a Horn. If you can be swarmed, then you're much better off with Ring and Greatest Glory. Remember, Rage caps at a maximum of 220 per turn. And if you're getting heavily swarmed, you will not need any additional Rage to hit your maximum of 220 per second. What does it take to be a well-known player in this game? Well, there are several options. One is you have the resources to gain a lot of power Power is a quick way to fame for sure. The other way is presence in social media. You could destroy kingdoms like I do, chat says. That's an option. Be known as a kingdom destroyer. That's true. Zhuge Liang, Herman Prime is better than Zhuge Liang Ash for field? Yes. Texas says, just push an account to over 2 billion power and you'll be famous. Quite simple, Lamau. Quite simple, Lamau, chat. Hold up. 16 OT has won the mid fight here? What's going on? Do you think 93 is up to something? They own every single building. Could be that's what they're up to, chat. And they take the arc on the backswing and score it at one of their buildings? Let's see what happens with this arc here. Will there be an ambush? I think the answer is going to be yes. This is the classic 93 get a loss in the middle intentionally and then go back and get the arc on the backswing. It's just a question if they're fast enough to take out this carrier. They might be. They might not be, though. Here comes 93. There it is. Master Strategist. Right on top of that arc. I knew it. Oh, the arc carrier is doing them favors. He's walking toward it. He's got nowhere to go. There they are. Chat, a wizard is never late, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they intend. 93 all over that arc. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to score this thing. Well, let's see what happens. OT has got to fight tooth and nail if they want to hold on to this thing. If they can melt all the marches, which they might be able to do here, actually, then they're fine. I think they might be fine, actually. Arc is looking pretty safe here. Plenty of time to capture it. Belisarius Prime on his way. It was a cool play by 93. Good practice, certainly. But not gonna work. They are gonna score that arc right away. Certainly I would. And there it is. The arc has been escorted. Narrowing the gap in the scoreboard ever so slightly. Still 820 points per minute, however, for 93. Eleanor garrisoning at the desert altar. People keep asking, is Eleanor good? Well, good enough for 93. Probably good enough for you. Seconds left in the match. Provisioning is not an answer. And neither team has actually really done much provisioning yet. At least they haven't scored the points. The Sev wounds are actually not that far off, but by number, it doesn't seem like much, but in effect, it is quite meaningful. Just a few seconds remaining. Scoreboard is at 0 seconds remaining in the match. Over the last few weeks we've seen this means that there's typically about 30 to 60 seconds left still. There's Total Vision. So we now have the full complement of skills for 93. It's interesting. There's Heaven's Grace. I'm not sure why they're just revealing their full kit here, but okay. Looks like 93 feels that To the Death is not necessary. There's actually kind of a big learning from that right there. They'd rather have the Master Strategist than the To the Death. I suppose a really attentive player would have already known that. We've been at 0 seconds left for quite a while here. I believe we'll get the final score in just a moment. And there it is. Captain Jack Jack, the MVP, 269,000 points. 93 the victor, 40,492 to 23,510. If you enjoyed the stream, throw a like on here, consider subscribing. Congratulations to 93 on their victory this week, but we'll have more Ark of Osiris League next week for round 2 of 3. So subscribe to the channel. You can check my channel linked in the description as well. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies, and we'll see you next week for more Ark of Osiris League.